Nikki here with an A to Z project update. This is a spin-off of my Read Burn Hoard project where I am systematically starting at the beginning of my collection alphabetically and working my way through the entire thing a couple chapters a day. It's gonna take forever, and I have embraced that fact because it feels like I have been on this same book for like an entire month. Because I have. So I'm currently reading Half a World by Joe Abercrombie, and as you can see this last week, I am painfully close to the end of the book. If I had had more time today, I might have just said heck with a couple chapters a day and just plowed through to the end. But the good news is that means I get to start a new book this next week, the final book in this trilogy. But let's talk about this one for a minute. So I am really liking it right now. At about the 75% mark, things really started picking up. We started getting a deeper connection to the characters, and I started suddenly finding myself really interested in what was going on. The first book had a lot of world building and exploration appeal, and so it really grounded me in that. This one is more of a character study, and it's about the deep connection to the characters, because I really didn't feel that in the first book. I am feeling a connection to the characters in here, and I think they are really fun. There's a couple things in here that I'm just like, that is so wildly unbelievable that these nobodies would be so tied to the royalty, but whatever, go with it. And I was like, oh, this would be a really good one to recommend as like a transition novel for kids who want to get into like adult fantasy, but it'd be a little bit tamer. But then a couple of ill-timed jokes and a sex scene or two, and I'm like, well, never mind, there goes that theory. Overall, because I like the characters a bit more, I think I am liking this one more than the first one, and it motivates me to pick up the next one. I'm really curious to see if it's gonna have new characters, like a third set of new characters, or if everybody involved at this point is just gonna kind of get together and make things happen. I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention that I finally figured out my tracking system this month. So I would lose track of what days I had read, what days I hadn't. I'd have to come back and look at this big old notebook that I have sitting in my library and figure out where I was. And then I thought, okay, well maybe I should take it with me. So I put a sticky note on something and tried to drag it with me, and it got all crumpled and I lost it. Whatever, big ordeal. What I finally started doing is keeping track in my phone. I'm using the Notes app, and it's like where you can do the little bubble checkoff thing. And it has made all the difference. In fact, I missed a day this week, forgot that I had missed it, looked at my little tracker and went through and just, powered through a couple of chapters and was able to mark it off. So because of that, this week I have read all 7 days for the first time since the very beginning of this project, and that's probably why I'm seeing a lot of progress. So this is my new method of checking, and I will just do a screenshot of my tracker every week to show you my progress. The only thing I forgot to do is transfer over how many pages I had read. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say I read about 130 pages this week. With this series, that has become the new goal. So with that said, let's go look at the shelf and see what we're doing next. Okay, so almost done with this one. That's going to be really cool. This will be the focus for a couple of weeks. And then I did a thing. So I was looking up this one online to see if I could get a digital copy, because this one is signed and I don't necessarily want to read my signed edition. And while there, I found the second book in the series. Apparently it's a duology. It's silver and it's beautiful, and so I may have already ordered it from Book Outlet. So here's hoping I enjoyed the first book, because now I'm definitely committed to reading a couple of them. I can't imagine not liking it given how much I love this author in general, but she really has had some misses for me, and this is one of the few series that I've never seen anybody else mention. So it's a gamble, but it's an educated guess gamble, so we shall see. But I will show you when that one comes. I ordered it from Book Depository, so it'll be a while before it gets here, but I'm excited for that one. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's update, and I hope to catch you next time. Bye.